Hello,
Hello, hello, hello, hello,
hello.
hello. We back.
We're back, baby. So we're gonna talk today
Uh,
about Renato.
So today we have two main things that we're gonna talk about while playing League of Legends because we're
Of
fucking
course,
retarded.
yeah. But
This
why
is
not
gonna be
one?
fine. Uh, so the two subject will be the first one is gonna be if dragons did actually existed or not, if they were like ever,
Oh,
if they ever exist or it was just fake. And the other one is gonna be a theory that
yeah.
the island of Crete or Santorini in Greece was actually Atlantis or not. So I'll just gonna
Atlantis.
give you the I'll just give you the theory, and
Okay.
it's up to you to like if you want to believe it. If you think that's it, I'll give you the why it could be that, the why it could not be that, why people argue that it's not that or it is that. So which one do you want to start with?
Let's go about the dragons then. Let's go about the dragons.
Dragons.
Yes.
So as you know, there is like multiple media movies about the dragons. We are
Yeah.
not going to talk about those dragons. We're not going to talk about the Game of Thrones dragons.
Oh.
So those are not real.
What about the Shrek dragons?
No,
When I
those are
saw her
not real.
face.
So as you know,
Yeah.
dragons. Everybody and their mother knows about dragons. Like I don't think you know anybody that doesn't know what
Oh,
dragons is.
I love that everybody in the mother
Uh,
knows dragons. Yeah.
yeah. So let me start. So where we start is we're gonna start back in Mesopotamia.
Yeah.
Mesopotamia is like the first civilization ever. So from the first civilization, they already talk about their dragons. So the first dragon we're gonna talk about is Usnugal, I think it's called. I
Usnugal.
probably
How do
pronounced
you
it
know
wrong.
that?
I read, not read, but I watch too many shit. So Usnal
Yeah.
is a powerful like dragon that is depicted as power. You know, like when you think of him, you think of power. Every emperor of Mesopotamia, they had that in their name because if you had it, it was like you were a powerful leader.
Damn.
So we have that one, and then the most important one, dragon from there, is Tiamat, which is a female dragon, I assume. The way they is depicted, and she's basically she died. They killed her, the gods or whatever, which one of the gods they were, and by
Okay.
killing her, they made the earth. That's the myth, like the mythology out of it.
What the?
But
Yeah.
we start already from Mesopotamia that they have dragons.
Okay.
Then in Babylon they have dragons as well, and in Babylon the dragons here are guardians. The name of it is
Bro, I'm actually
something
impressed you know so much
Boshu.
about dragons. I'm not
There's
gonna
like a
lie.
most like anyways. So there is multiple dragons. There is dragons as well there, and they are like in the. If you know Babylon, you know that there was like a gate, like
Yeah.
a big gate before you got inside. Before
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
one, there's like dragons all over that gate because it's their protector. It's like for them it was like a god. It was like their religion to believe in that dragon for protection. So in Babylon as well, they have dragons. Then if you go to Egypt, even Egyptians had dragons, and you know him as well. I know. I don't remember if you ever watched the cartoon Totaham, the one with the mummy that used to be
Oh
in the
yeah.
TV.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Remember, there is an episode of it as well when he goes to save Ra, the god of
Yeah.
the sun, Ra. So basically, what Ra has to do every night, he has to go through the river and he has to make it to the end so the sun can come up,
Yes.
and that's how like the sun comes in the morning. But in the river there is this serpent, this dragon, which I forgot the name now of it. Apephes, something like that is his name. It's like a very famous this one serpent, and if he swallows a Ra, then the world is gonna end. Basically, that's what the Egyptians believed. So
Oh, I remember that
whenever,
episode. I remember
yeah,
that
yeah, yeah,
episode.
whenever Ra gets caught, not gets died, but whenever he gets caught,
Yeah.
that's when we have the eclipse basically, because they stopped him from going to the final destination.
Oh, okay.
So Egyptians believe in dragons as well. For them, it's like in the afterworlds, the next life. Then you go Ethiopia, and they have a dragon there as well. Their dragon, though, was a tyrannic one, and he was basically killing and demanding sacrifices from them. And then they finally killed him, and then the Ethiopian dynasty could start, and they could like get big.
I think that's
So
just.
that's what the Ethiopians believe.
I think that's just propaganda, bro.
That's what the Ethiopians believe. So
Nah,
another
it's
country
propaganda.
that believes in dragons. Then we go to India. India, in their oldest book ever recorded in human
Yeah.
history, depicts a dragon as well. Vedic, I think it's called his name. Vedic, something like that. And their god basically beats the dragon, and by doing that, he basically gets all the water of the world out, and the humans can like survive again because they have the water because the dragon took all the
Hmm.
water of the world. So another country that has dragons in it. Then obviously China has dragons in it. Everybody, I think
Bro, I
you know
swear
the
to God, I
Chinese.
swear, like, honestly, I think they existed. I believe they existed.
Because China has dragons as well,
Yeah.
and then China has dragons as well, and then the Maya, the Aztecs, all these guys, they had dragons as well, because like they're very famous.
Do you know what's interesting as well, Renat, about this?
Yeah,
I just wanna say something that there is no way that Maya, let's say from Mexico or whatever, the Aztecs, and China could have met in between. Do you know what I mean? Like they wouldn't
that's
share
that's where I was
culture.
going as well.
Yeah,
Nice
like
one by you to realize that by yourself, Spiro. That's what I was going
yeah,
to.
no, it's like
It's like
it's just crazy. I
the most
like
obvious thing
yeah.
is that how does all of these people have dragons? And this you need to understand that this is like
Yeah.
200, 600, 800 BC before Christ. So they cannot travel. Even if they travel, the last thing they're going to talk about is dragon between each
Yeah.
other. And everybody has dragons, and it's like very important to their culture as well, right? It's not
Mm.
that it's just some random thing. It's very important for most of them. These guys are gods. They are the end, the beginning. Not just them, the Vikings as well. If you know the Veliath, how do you
Yeah,
call it?
yeah,
The
yeah.
Veliathan, what's it called? He's technically a serpent. He's technically a dragon as well. So everybody has this snake-like creature with wings in every culture. And what some people believe happen is that basically dragons they have like bird bones, so they had to be bird bones so they can be able to fly because you need to be light, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And what happens is that you cannot leave the bones behind because they were so like light that they just got destroyed by the time. Unlike the other animals, you cannot leave anything behind as a dragon. So that's why we cannot find any of them, any bones, anything left.
Yeah.
That's one of the things, and this is pretty much one of the biggest mysteries in human race because you can even ask like an archaeologist or somebody, and they can tell you that they don't believe that it exists, but they cannot prove it to you as well, or that it doesn't exist. You know what I mean? They don't have anything to prove it to you that they don't exist because if you ask them why then the Mayas and all of these guys all have dragons, they're just gonna tell you that it was random.
Yeah,
It could be
I
random,
don't think
but
it's
it, it
random.
could it could be random. Like nobody, like sure it could be random, but it was random. You know what I mean? Everybody. So is that one?
Do you know what thing
And
actually? Do you know
yeah,
what thing as well? It's like it's one of these things that you say, oh, you know how humans came to Earth or whatever
yeah,
with an asteroid with water.
yeah, yeah.
So it's one of these things that you say, oh yeah, okay, yeah, everyone believes that, so that must be true. But in reality, they found. You know that they found the fourth ocean or something like that underneath.
Yeah, below the thing.
And
Yeah, I
then
heard
now
about.
it's just it's more questions about where we came from. So
Yeah,
it's like
that
how
one.
Yeah, I don't think everything is impossible in this universe. I don't think it's
It
massive.
could be dragons, and there
Yeah,
is
yeah, yeah.
another explanation on how this one of the people that like to take drugs may like it.
Is another what?
So
Sorry.
basically, the people that take drugs,
Yeah.
you may like this theory. So basically, what the theory is that if you take like the really big drugs, the ones that push you
A
like
class.
10
Yeah.
minutes, 10 minutes is like a month in
Acid
there.
or something. Yeah. Or
Yeah,
heroin.
yeah, yeah. So this one, so if you take any of this, what happens, people say that they see like creatures on the other side like talking to them, and like everybody sees something. So a lot of people assume that maybe what they see on the other side is dragons.
Mm,
So
I
and these
think.
dragons talk to them, and
Yeah.
basically everybody just sees it, because maybe it exists, but it exists in the other realm, not in this one. It's a very far-fetched one, but it does, like, a lot of people, a lot of ancient, they used to take a lot of drugs, this kind of people,
Yeah.
and they used to see a lot of shit. So
Yeah.
and a lot of people will, like, follow what these guys will do. So it's like the shamans, these guys, they were all on drugs, basically. Like, all of these guys, they were taking drugs. Oh shit, I died. And that's pretty much it. But the history of dragon is like a very nice history, because it's like weird how there is so many religions that they depict dragons, but
Yeah.
nobody knows if this existed, where they came from, why everybody sees it. Because that China and the Aztec, they never met each other. There is no way they ever met each other. The Mesopotamia, maybe a couple of people managed, but they probably never came back.
Yeah. I know what you
But
mean.
still, like, the dragons, it's just like, it's too long ago. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't that it happened when the traveling started. Like, they believed in it
Mm.
way before. For them, is like the beginning for most of the people. Like, all of their stories begins with a dragon usually. So that's why I believe that maybe dragons existed, or somebody saw something. You know
I
what I mean?
think they
Somebody
do.
saw something.
I think they do exist.
So somebody saw something. So that's about it. If you have anything to add, anything you want to know more, I don't know.
I mean,
You
to
can
be
ask
honest,
me.
we had. It's not far. Far. It's not like a far stretched
Yeah,
idea
because
that.
it's a little bit funny, because if somebody tells you I believe in dragons, it's like,
Yeah.
really, brother? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then he goes, because I was the same, right? Like, the first time I heard it, I was like, really, bro? And then as the things come, you're like, wait a minute, this guy is actually talking about something here.
But the thing
This
with.
makes that's because I can't shit talk you anymore. You know what I mean?
Mm,
I don't have the answer to give you, so I cannot tell you that you're wrong.
the thing
Do I believe these
is.
dragons existed? Probably not. I think something happened, but it's like a nice theory that actually has, like, something behind it. I personally believe that they probably were on drugs, and they saw something. But yeah, because what happens is, like, I think for them, snakes were like the enemy, because it's embedded in our mind from from evolution to be afraid of serpents, from snakes and all this stuff. So it's in our DNA code. So I think for them, they were afraid of snakes, and when they were hallucinating, like, the snake was the thing they were seeing, and then birds, because birds, they can carry things. They can fly. So serpents that can fly is even scarier than a serpent that can just walk. So that's it.
Could be.
That's my theory, at least. I could be wrong. Obviously, I'm probably wrong.
I think he existed. I believe he
You think
existed.
they completely existed, so you think they were real?
Yeah, yeah, I think they existed because there's no way. I mean, look,
We
dinosaurs
made
existed.
Pyros a believer. Maybe they could have been like dinosaurs, They could have been like the
Yeah,
one that they fly. What they're called, I forgot. And they, maybe a couple of them, they were still left alive,
I know which ones you're
and
on
then they
about, but I'm
died as
not.
well.
I'm not an expert. I'm not an expert on dinosaurs, so I can't really say.
I forgot the name of it, but
Yeah,
there was
the one.
something. I don't know. The one that was flying, basically.
I'm just gonna.
Like a giant dinosaur maybe survived, and they just died eventually as well. and they got extinct. But
I'm
that's
just gonna
it.
Google it. I'm just gonna do it. Pterosaur. I think
Yeah.
it's pterosaur.
Yes, there
I'm
we
not
go.
sure if I'm saying it
Nice.
right or not. Pterosaurs, yeah. They could
So yeah,
fly.
that's the theory. What do you
Hmm.
think? Yeah.
So this,
From 1 to 10.
your theory is basically like he was kind of like a fairy tale too, for
Not
people to
if it
believe.
could be a fairy tale. It could be real. I cannot deny both. I think they saw something. They definitely saw something. Now, if it was a dragon or something else, I don't know. But they definitely saw something. And I don't know if they saw it in this universe or they saw it on a different one.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? So that's that. And
I
for them, dragons, this is like I think another thing. That's why I believe they probably it was more of a metaphorical thing. Is like for them. So basically, dragons they transcend time and power because dragons can fly, they can be on earth, and they can be on water underground. So they
you
can. So
saying
basically,
that,
the heavens, the earth, and the underground. You know, like they transcend the laws of life. So for
You
them, it was
saying
life.
that, you saying that.
Yeah.
However, why did every civilization had it? They could be done for something else. Like as we said, it was in Mexico. In
It
now I
was
can't scroll
everywhere. That's
Mexico. It
the
was
thing.
everywhere.
But
So why?
for them, it
How?
was like
Yeah,
for them it was like life and death, something like a life towards death
yeah. But okay,
experience.
let's say it was in the Roman Empire in China. Okay, that makes sense because they used to do trading for, how
But
do you
this is
say
the
it? Like
problem.
the
The
dress
problem as well. The
dresses
problem
and
as well
stuff.
is not even that. The problem is that in China it was so behind, and in the other countries
Yeah.
so behind that even if they were like in connection later on in life, it wouldn't matter because they believed in dragons way before they met each other. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So even if somebody went to the other side, it didn't matter because they already believed in it. They already believed in. They already believed in dragons, which is fascinating to me. How
It
so many
is.
civilization, not just
It
one or
is.
two. Because if it was one or two, you could be like, "Fuck it, it's a coincidence." But it's multiple of them that believe in it.
I mean, yeah.
And even one, two will be like weird, but you can like maybe be like it was random, it happened.
Yeah.
Snakes, people hate snakes. That's why they did it. You know what I mean?
I like snakes. They're not that bad.
Some not everybody. I hate snakes personally.
How do you hate snakes, bro?
If they end up disappearing tomorrow, I will be happy.
No, they're quite
They
nice.
like my skin just crawls every time I see them. I can't when they slither. I
They're
can't.
quite nice. They're quite
Plus, I
nice.
think I got PTSD from my uncle when I was young. My uncle he caught
There
a
we go.
dead snake,
That's
and
the
he just
thing.
like he used to throw it at us and be like, "Yeah, you're gonna die," and make fun of us. Yeah.
There you go.
So
That's
yeah.
the real thing. I just missed that. I just missed in front of
There we
me.
go.
I just missed the thing in front of me. It's actually not bad. Um,
So you wanna go to the Crete was
Crate.
Atlantis, or you have anything else to add to
The dragons.
the dragons?
I mean, it was interesting, but I think it's all made up. Zona.
Which one? The
Um,
dragon.
the dragons. Yeah, it was made from a really nice nation. It was promised 3,000 years ago. But yeah, anyways, let's go. Let's move on to Crete and
Well, so so I think you have done already the Greek history because we're in Greece, so we have
yeah,
already done
yeah,
most
we
of the
done it.
history of Greek. So you will know about the Minoans,
Yes.
the first civilization that technically they may not even be Greek, but we're gonna count them as Greek as Greek people are gonna kill us. So them before Athens, before Sparta, before any of these countries, they were the Minoans. And so what Platon says is that his uncle went to Egypt, and Egypt there, the mages or whatever the guys there, the priests or whatever they were, they told him that there was a strong civilization 9,000 years ago, right? Which will hit it to the young dryers. that we have talked about before in the previous episode. That's why I'm not gonna talk again about that theory, because that's probably the one I believe more, and I hope that it is.
Can I say
But
something to you though? Can I say something to
yeah,
you? Which is interesting. Now that you said that, what's interesting is that
yeah.
do you remember what they found in Greece? There was a civilization. They found something that was like a little town or something like that. It was 10,000 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah, something
No,
like
I think
that.
it was
Or 15.
wasn't it a cave? 25
Yeah.
years,
No,
25,000 years ago.
That cave was a spider cave. That was like near Albania in Greece. It was a different. It was like kind of like a little town.
Well, so there was something, but I'm not sure about it. I haven't heard about it. So I need
Yeah,
to
it
check
was
that
like
one.
it was in 2025, I think. So it was actually quite recent that they found it.
Ah.
Really old, yeah.
They're finally starting to find some stuff nowadays because we stopped
Bro,
finding
they
everything.
have so much shit. They have so much shit that they find every single day.
So, as I was saying, the Minoes, they were like the first civilization. They were like not the first one. They were like close with the Egyptians. When the Egyptians
Yeah.
started, they started as well in a way. So what they did for the most part is that they realized that they have a lot of copper. So they invested on copper. And finally, luckily for them, copper actually did work out. And they got rich with the copper. And they were like a very, very, very rich and powerful nation. So they had a lot of money. And they were a capitalist. By the way, they were not. They didn't have a king, as far as we know. They may had one, but they were kind of capitalist country. So everybody's for themselves, kind of in a way. Like they were about trading with money and stuff like that.
Ah, okay.
So they were like a very powerful, not as powerful as Egypt, not as powerful as maybe some other places, but
They were quite rich.
rich per capita. I don't know how it's called, GBD, something like that it's called.
Yeah.
They were like the richest country per capita, because like if you go to Egypt, the guy with the most money is the pharaoh, right?
Yeah.
And then if you were like a priest, and that's it. If you were like a normal common, you were pretty much
peasant.
like a slave. Like, you're better than a slave, but you're not really that better than a slave. Like you were living in a shithole. Forgive my language.
No, that's okay, man.
But if you were from Mino in Crete or in Santorini, you were like a king at that point. Like you were living in good places. Like, you know what I mean? These guys, when they were traveling, they had money. They were traveling and they will see other commoners. They were like feel good about themselves because they knew that they are better. Like you will not trade places with another person from any other civilization at that point alive. No other civilization was worthy to live as a normal commoner, like it was to live there. For you to understand, these guys, they used to have toilets with flashing water. So you could have toilet inside your house with flashing water.
I don't believe that.
Flash.
I'm
Yes.
sorry, I don't believe that. No.
No. It's proven. It's
How?
literally proven. It's proven. You can search it up. They had toilets with flashing water, and they used gravity to do its job. And so, for you to understand, you know who invented the flashing toilet after them?
I don't know. Who?
The Roman Empire.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So it took that long later on for it to happen.
Byzantine as
And
well. They did the. Yeah.
And these guys already had it.
I mean,
These guys already had it.
Roman Empire, the Byzantine Empire, they invented the fork, didn't they?
Yeah, and a lot of stuff basically was invented then. But
Lots of shit.
it's for you to understand that people thought that the Roman Empire brought the toilet with the flashing water, but no, brother. My grandmother in Albania had to walk outside, like half a mile, to go to the toilet. On the old ones, these guys had it 1500 BC. They already had flashing toilet, and not did they had flashing toilets? They had windows in the buildings, and you're gonna be like, oh, windows in the building. Nobody had windows in the building because the building will crash down. They didn't know how to have like windows in the building, so you were fine. Like you were not dying from heat or whatever. when you were in there.
Yeah.
Then, and another crazy stuff that they had hot or cold water they could choose.
Nah.
Yes, they had two springs, one from a lava spring and one from a normal spring of water, and they had done the technology to like close and open the things to come from wherever the water they wanted. So they had cold and warm water for their bath. I'm telling you, these guys they were living like kings, and they were like peasants. Like the peasants had this, by the way, not the pharaoh or whatever. The peasants had this, and they had a palace. They had palace, and the palace was more like a. Probably they are not sure about this, but the palace was probably more of a like a shopping center. It wasn't really a palace for the king or whatever. It was more of a shopping center and stuff for people to go and have fun. So these guys had party every other week or month. They always had parties.
Mm.
They had full food, full everything. They had full parties. They were strong. They had literally no defense inside because their sea, like their navy, was so strong that they didn't need any like army in the because nobody could like invade them sea wise. So they were not afraid of anyone. And
Yeah,
the
but
only
how did they get extinct then?
wait a minute, you will know soon. You will realize. You know exactly how they got extinct, though,
Yeah, go
but you
on.
just don't realize it. But you know it. So the only enemies these guys had was Agamemnon.
Yeah.
You know his people, like what's they're called? Let me find it. I have it somewhere down. Mycenaeans, I think it's called in English.
Yeah.
And basically, they were like if you have ever watched the Troy guys, it's the guys who the King Agamemnon, the guy who went to Troy, uh, is their people, is them basically. So they are the only enemies they had, and they just like could not compete.
I mean, yeah, it kind of
Like
makes the way you
those guys-
say it. The way you say it, it kind of makes sense because, in a way, you say, for example,
because they were like they had like the copper, copper was everything. The bronze wasn't invented yet, and gold. So copper was like maybe there was gold, but you're not going to use gold for like every day, right? Gold was more of
Yeah.
an aesthetic. So these guys they were rich, very rich, and the crazy part was just like something that they were the only one who were doing it in the old ancient world is that they didn't have king. Everybody was kind of living nice. Like if you ever get reborn, that's where you will want to be reborn in the ancient time, in my opinion.
yeah, but
That's
then
where
you
you get
die.
the best. But before the extinction, make sure you die before the extinction. So what
I'll tell you
happened?
something. I think it makes
How-
quite a bit of
How
sense.
did these guys do you think got extincted?
Oh, they got fucking slaved out, didn't they, bro? The Greeks.
There is an island in Greece that has something very specific,
Oh no, not
and we
again.
just talked about it. That island,
Oh, not
not
again.
Crete,
Crete.
another
Crete.
one.
Santorini.
Yes, what is
Yeah.
in Santorini? There is a very specific thing in Santorini, very famous about. What is Santorini
Ah,
famous
okay,
about?
the volcano.
Yes, sir. Do you remember that the volcano
Yeah,
erupted
destroyed.
and
That
there was a
that that was
big,
the
big.
Mycenaeans, isn't it?
Yes.
The Mycenaeans. That was the
No,
Mycenaeans.
no, it
Yeah.
was the Minions that got destroyed. That's the
Tsunami.
thing. Yes, but the tsunami didn't destroy the Mykinians, they destroyed the Minions.
Oh, the
So,
Minions. Yep.
when-
Yeah. Okay, you're right.
So the Minions get destroyed by the tsunami, but
Hello.
hello, back again
No, my
after a small delay.
It's a small difficulties, technical difficulties.
Yes.
Sorry, do not redeem it.
So as we were talking, the Santorini eruption happened, right?
Yes.
So incredibly, these people they realized the volcano was going to erupt because of some earthquakes, and they all left the island before the eruption, so they all survived, and
Nice.
they all made it to Crete or wherever else they made it. Now, did they survive? Maybe some of them died, but but they didn't die in the island. There is no body. There's never been found any bodies, so we know that they didn't die. They all made it out. Not just the humans. They took the boats. They took everything they had, and they made it out. So they survived.
I don't believe this. Sorry.
Yeah, this is true. They
No.
have checked the whole Santorini. They
No.
made it all out. They maybe died in like I don't know in Crete when they made it to Crete because of the tsunami. But from the volcano, nobody died. They all made it out.
I do not believe this. I'm sorry.
Yes, they made it all out.
No.
Incredible. These people, they were smart, man.
Incredible,
All
made it all out, and then you wake up. Nah, they died. It's a
They all made
tsunami,
it out.
bro.
They all made it out. You can search this one up. They all made it out, and not just they made it out. They took all the animals with them as well.
All the
They
Yes.
made it out of the island and took all the animals. No, we're talking about all the animals. We're talking about the farm animals, right? Not the wild animals. I'm not sure about the wild animals.
Oh my god. Just a question. It's Malphite. For Malphite, hardstyle is good, yeah?
Yeah, that's fine.
Nice, thank you. He's also teaching me how to play this game.
So after, oh my god, what the fuck do I have as my thing? So after they made it to Crete, of course the tsunami happened. And, whoever was in the sea, basically close to the sea, they died. Like I don't think they made it. That thing was very high, man. It was like 500 meters up or something. Like they didn't make it. And afterwards, the worst part, it wasn't the tsunami itself, it was afterwards. So all of this has happened, right? And then the cherry on top, the whole sky is covered with the smoke from the volcano, right?
Yeah.
And these people, I think, that's the end of the world because the sky is black for like a week, and you cannot see the sun anymore. So you think that everything is dying. So people believe that you know what happens when people think it's the end of the world, right? They panic a little bit.
A little bit, not that much. Like Bombay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they probably panicked a little bit, maybe burned some stuff as well in the. So here's the thing: we don't know. We know that there is a lot of fires in these castles, but we don't know if they burned it themselves or if like the Agamemnon people came afterwards and they burned it down. So we don't know. This is like a mystery still to this day. Why the castles are burned. So after this one, all we know is that the minions are just gone. Like after we come 100 years later or whatever, we see them again and they're just gone. They're not there anymore. I mean, there is them, but it's like so they speak lineage 1, which is like the language, the first ancient Greek language.
Lineage.
And by the time they come back 100 years later, they don't speak it anymore. They speak language B, which is what the mainland, Greek mainland, used to speak, which is the one that Agamemnon's people used to speak. So that means they got conquered on that time that we don't know what happened.
Could
they got
be.
conquered.
Yeah.
But they stayed in the history as this, like people did not forget them. You know, the Greeks, they did not forget them. For the Greeks, they were like this incredible civilization, which they were rich and powerful. So that's why people think that Platon is probably referring to them when he speaks about a great civilization that got destroyed by a flood. Maybe he took the inspiration from them. Maybe he's not talking about them, but he at least may have taken some inspiration, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
From them, from what he was saying. Plus, he says that. So, what people think is that the Egyptians, when they said that it was 9,000 years ago, they meant 900 and not 9,000. So 900 goes to the Minos timeline. 9,000 goes to the Young Dryas, but if you put it to 900, it goes to the Minos timeline. So, and people say that they meant 900 months, not 9,000 years. That's where is the thing. But here's the but. Platon says 9,000 eton, and for people who speak Greek, eton means years, doesn't mean months.
Yeah.
And the word for months is different than years, so it's not like a word that means the same thing and you can mistaken it. You know what I mean? It means one thing. It means year. So he meant years. He has to mean year. That's what people argue that it cannot be the Minos, because the Minos, they were not alive. But as well, what Platon says is that the Athenians, fought against the Atlantis, but the Athenians did not exist 9,000 years ago. But they did exist 900 years ago because they were not Athenians yet, but they were with the Agamemnon people, which they did fight, right? The Minoans. So they technically did fight the Minoans. So you know what I mean? So that makes sense. So
Bro,
maybe what Platon was talking about is the Minoans, but you
bro,
cannot.
just a question.
Yes.
Just a question for the thing. What do I get next? What do you think I should get?
Or frozen or something like that. I don't know.
Frozen Ark.
Any
Okay,
tank
cool.
item. Any tank item.
Cool.
And so
Also, I also have stuff to say for this.
yeah, you can go on. You can ask anything you want to ask, or you want to say.
I do believe that there were Athenians there, but it was like, you know, it was the people that lived there at the time. There might have not been.
Yeah, that's
Big.
what people argue as well. That there were maybe
Yeah.
he was talking about Athenians, that there were Athenians there, but they were not being called Athenians yet. So it's that, and the other thing was so it was that one, and there is the mythology as well. You know this one, with the guy who went Perseus, I think he's called, who went to Minoa and he slayed the Minotaur, and then he came back to Athens.
Yes.
Yes, so that myth is technically the Athens saying that they killed the Minoan people, and they came back to Athens. That's what the myth is
Ooh.
about, but they put it as a myth of the hero killing the Minotaur. So it's that one, and another crazy thing that you won't believe is that
That's
the historians think probably that you remember when the flood and all this thing happened and the sky went black. Well, it didn't happen just in Greece; it went to Egypt as well.
which
You know,
one?
like the sky becoming black because
That's
of
volcano, bro.
the volcano. Yeah, but it went as far as Egypt. The noise and all of this, they went as far as Egypt because we have recordings from one of the pharaohs that talks about this. That
How
he
the
heard
fuck do
everything
How do you
and
have
he
recordings, bro?
because he wrote it down that he like heard that, like a noise
Okay,
or
that makes
whatever.
sense. Yeah.
All of these things, and historians believe that the biblical catastrophes in Egypt take inspiration from this one. So you know the Moses
Yeah?
story. Probably was the Santorini
Santorini again, bro. It's always Santorini.
thing is that it was the volcano in Santorini that made the sky go black, not Jesus Christ, not God. But the Egyptian that got baited by Moses.
The Egyptian god got baited, bro.
Yeah, they thought it was God, so they got scared. So, but basically, this is like what the historian believed that where they got inspiration for the Bible stories from this one. They thought that maybe the end of the world. Because imagine, bro, like 3 days or whatever, how many days, without any sky, without anything up, you just go crazy. You think like the end is like imagine now without you are without electricity, the sky is all black, you cannot see anything. People are gonna go crazy.
Yeah. Obviously, bro. I mean, they didn't even have electricity back in the day, bro. They just had
Yeah.
fucking.
So for them, it was even worse.
Yeah. I think that every civilization, honestly speaking, any civilization that's going into its peak just gets destroyed somehow.
Yeah. I mean, it's the great end, right?
Yeah.
Every we are gonna happen to us as well.
Yeah,
at some point.
100%.
Unless
We just, it's inevitable, bro.
unless we ascend it and we finally like break the thing that we ascend the cleanses.
I think
And
it's
we don't get
happening. I think it's happening in our generation, you know.
You think it's happening in our generation? I don't
Yeah.
think it's happening in our
I
generation.
think,
It's
I
happening.
think so.
I think it's gonna be like million or billions of years when the sun gets destroyed.
I, that's different, bro. I mean, like civilization-wise, like the Western civilization, you know, like what we have now.
I don't think it's yet gonna happen, but it could happen. We could destroy ourselves. It does happen quite a lot of times where civilizations just destroy themselves. It happened in us, in the Aztecs and Mayas.
Yeah,
It happens everywhere.
100%. It's gonna happen, bro.
It's too political. I'm not gonna talk about it.
With what?
It's too political. I'm not gonna talk about why the Western world is gonna get destroyed.
I think I might know why. I'm not saying anything.
Shit.
I don't think we
But
should
yeah.
be. I don't think we should go into politics. It's not nice.
What?
I said I
You
don't
want us
think
to
we
do
should
or-
go. No, we shouldn't go on politics.
We shouldn't do
Bro,
politics.
what is this? What am I watching?
Kill him, bro. He cannot
What do you
kill
mean kill him, bro? Why am I watching it?
Oh my god. Any questions about the minions? Anything you want to know? Anything that you found it fascinating that you didn't know about?
Bro, I pretty much know everything.
You
Apart
pretty
from the
much knew
minions.
everything.
Every
So I didn't give you
single
anything.
thing, bro. Nah.
I didn't give you anything new.
No, I'm joking. What I would say is there's a lot. It's interesting. It's really interesting to know. A
Would
lot
you
of these
believe this
things.
one, or would you believe the younger dryers one more?
Hmm?
Would you believe that the minions were the Atlantis, or would you believe still that it's some other civilization?
Nah,
Platon
some
was-
other one. I don't
Do you
think
think
they were.
Platon was talking? Do you think that Platon was telling the truth, or he was capping, and he was
About
just
what?
trying to protect Athens? Because a lot of people think that he was just capping, that he like was just lying to protect Athens.
Could be. Could be.
I mean, that's the main thing, like what that people believe in, is that he was capping, so he can protect Athens, because like Athens was gonna get cooked by any other people, and they just said that we have like big backing, so stay away from us.
I mean, yeah. If you
I mean,
spread,
he was
if you
talking about that because Atlantis was already gone, but like was like Atlantis the real?
if you already spread the word about that, then yeah, he was probably capping.
They believed him, but the thing is like that was fake. We all know that was fake, right? Because Atlantic was already gone, so like there was no way they can back him up. But was Atlantis real though? You know what I mean?
Nah. I mean, could be.
Brother, I'm fucking this guy queue. What the fuck?
Bro, I don't know. My augment is not working.
Mine is AD, and I'm playing AP.
No, lovely.
Nice. How about admins? I hate Aram Mayhem. I don't know why I play this thing.
Why do you hate it?
I hate this. Can't. I need to play ranked. I'm addicted.
No, not right, bro. Who plays that anymore?
Anyways, guys, I think that was it for the
Yeah.
for those ones. Now you just
coming
wait
back.
until the game is over or whatever.
Nah, it's okay.
Gameplay.
Oh, you don't want to watch this. See you
No,
guys
really game.
later. Bye bye.